Scotty O'Brien, our special teams coordinator, is like, see this kid? Welcome to the National Football League.
When I get rich, first thing I'm buying is a richer Millie. I got the game on lock, I'm catching picks like 2 on Philly.
Me and bro, we trolling, running trick plays, Philly. I started.
Welcome back to another Two Grind episode. I'm your host, Trez.
I'm your host, Flex.
And today we got 3-time Super Bowl champion, Duron Harmon, for episode 6.
He been coming in here talking about some untold Patriot stories, some grind, struggle, some off the field stuff. And he gonna drop some gems to y'all young athletes and grinding entrepreneurs for what you should do in life and, some good advice. Stay tuned. All right, what's up, Duron? Welcome to the Two Keep Grinding podcast. Our message is to help, encourage, and motivate young athletes or young people striving to reach their goals through the grind, struggle, and success. What's something that you grinding towards in your life right now?
A lot of things, actually. Got a few things going on right now. First thing first, appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
For sure. But got a couple of ventures that I got going on right now. First is my trucking company. Got a truck company of a fleet of 14. Move freight all throughout the United States. Something that I've been working through for the last 2 years. Something that I feel like my company and I finally have our hands on, got a good grasp on. Able to turn the corner and create something, successful. And with longevity that'll be able to be passed down to, my kids. Then, Harm Elite too. Obviously, Flex. Trying to make sure we get that rolling, keep that going. Just planning that out. It's a lot, trying to play tournaments, trying to plan the travel, getting all the kids in one spot, figuring out where we're going. It takes a lot of time. So just trying to stay consistent there so, we can do what's best for the kids and move them all throughout the country and give them an opportunity to compete and go on college visits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
But, all right, we're going to start off with our questions. We're going to start off, it's going to go from the beginning of your football career to, what you were just talking about, what you're doing after football, and we got a challenge for you, too. So, the first question we got is, take us back to the beginning. What was your childhood like? What kind of environment did you grow up in?
Grew up in a two-parent household. Mom, dad. My dad was a forklift manager at the craft plant. My mom was a high school teacher. Grew up with my sisters, older, young, and a younger. That my mom took 2 of my cousins into. So, they're my siblings. So it was always a loud house.
Yeah, big house.
I relate.
I think that's why I got 5 kids now. But, got introduced to football by my grandfather, my dad's dad, who passed away when I was in 6th grade. But he used to take me to Delaware State football games every weekend. He was an alumni, season ticket. Started taking me when I was like 5 or 6. And I just remember the first day that I went, we left, me, him, and my grandma, and I asked to go get a football from Toys R Us. Got one, got the little football with the T, home, kicking it, and I just, I fell into love with the game since then.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Next question is, who were the biggest influences in your life growing up, and how did they shape the man you became?
Ooh, that's a good question. Great question. I think the first person I would say is my mother. She just made a lot of sacrifices for the entire family. Was able to, witness that growing up, as a young kid, you just see, what you see, which is a very innocent mind. But when, I got older, I started really understanding what she was doing to make sure that we never went without. Obviously her and my dad. But I would say obviously my mom, just like I said, the sacrifices. My dad, of course, too. I mean, the reason why I started getting noticed in football was because, I mean, he would work overnight, so he would get home from work at like midnight or right after. And then, we would be on the road, starting my sophomore year all the time. On the weekend, go to camps. Like, we'd be on the road at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Felt like he just, he never slept, but always was doing the extra to make sure I can, get to where I needed to get to and compete against who I needed to compete against to get to where I was. Then I would say, one that I don't get to talk about enough is my cousin DJ. He was the first, Division I athlete that I got to be around. I remember, like, he went to Virginia, so I used to go down there and stay with him. Me and his brother stayed down there for a week. Got to go around, like, Virginia campus. Like, got to actually, my sophomore year, got to actually do a little 7-on-7 with him, too. Like, let me hop.
7-on-7 was around at that time?
Well, they did it, on, like, Wednesdays. In college, like, in the summer or in the spring, like, the quarterbacks do the play. The linebacker call the defense. You just go out there and do a little something. Not like what y'all got going on. But, they had something going on, and I was able actually to hop out there. But, yeah, he just put me around college football, and, he taught me so much. He was the one who got me actually prepared to go, what to do when I got there, to give myself a chance to play. This year impacted me in ways. So, I mean, I can go on and on, just, grateful for a lot of people, you know what I mean? But we'll still be today.
What position did he play, your cousin DJ?
So he played defensive tackle and he played offensive guard and center. So he played defensive tackle at when he first got there, but then switched to offensive line. He played.
All right. All right, next question is, what lessons from your childhood still guide you today, especially under pressure?
Okay. I think the biggest, we say childhood, I'll talk about like high school. One thing I learned in high school is my senior year state championship game. I'm excited. It's your senior year. You're playing in the championship game. It's nothing like it. That's what you work your butt off for, and that's like, the dream come true. And the third play of the game or second play of the game, like I went to go make a tackle and like got my ankle rolled up on really bad, like
damn,
like super bad, high ankle sprain. We taped it up. I made it all the way through limping and hobbling, like the beginning of the third quarter. Then like I caught a pass, went to run, and then eventually it just gave out. And I knew I was like, dang, I'm done. Like, I'm not even going to be able to finish. And I went to the sideline, and, I cried for a second. But, something just hit me, and it was like, everything is not always about you. Like, and I think at that moment I realized, like, I'm a captain on this team. We're in the state championship game. Like, where I need to be is out front, like, cheering my guys on, making sure that they're good, making sure that they're still into the game, letting them know that, even if I'm not playing, I know we're still going to win the game because we're just better than them. And we're better than them with me and without me because we're just a better team, right? And I wiped my tears up, got up, left, and, I cheered my butt off. Because I wanted to be a state champion. And, till this day, it goes to talk, really about like, sacrifice. Like, you know what I mean? It's not, everything isn't always going to go your way, but when it, go your way, what are you going to do? You going to sit and pout or you going to keep working your butt off? Like flex, you're not gonna win, every one-on-one rep. You know what I mean? But what you
Yeah.
gonna do, talk about it, or you gonna get back out there, you're gonna learn from the rep, and you're gonna keep on pushing. And for me, it just let me know that just it's never the end of the world. Just keep pushing, keep grinding, and everything will work out, and you'll come out on top.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that
Yes.
lesson right there. That's great.
Yeah.
It's a great
Some
lesson.
inspiring words right there.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it back to your youth sports and Delaware roots. How did youth sports impact you early on? Were you always that kid, or did football grow on you over time?
It was, during my time, it was more like just talent. We had a Pop Warner League, but you played, the kids around your town, and it was always competitive. Where I grew up, it was always, good athletes, always good people to, compete against, and I think that's why, um, I got actually pretty good as I just kept playing, because I was never really the best. Like when I was in fifth grade, when I first started playing tackle, like I wasn't the best player in the league. I wasn't the best player on the team. A sixth grade year, probably the best player on the team, but not the best player. Like, you know what I mean? And you would think
Yeah.
in the NFL that they were always been the best, but it wasn't. But it was. I always loved the game, and I always just wanted to get better at it. I always, I thought about it, envisioned myself playing, envisioned myself making plays, and, with that desire and passion and curiosity, it allowed me to, just go on a journey to just, keep getting better at it. And, that is what allowed me to go from a, good, youth player to a better middle school player to a pretty good, high school player to a good, college player to a professional player. It was always about, progression. And, and that's what it's, that's what sports is about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you won the Gatorade Player of the Year, right?
Yeah.
What year was that?
2008 football season.
You were a junior or senior?
Senior year.
Senior year.
I played some solid football that year.
You remember your stats?
I think I had right around 1,200 yards rushing.
Did you play running back?
Yeah, I had rushing touchdowns. I think 3 catching. I had some good stats. A couple interceptions. I played pretty well that year.
Were you nationally ranked?
At one point I was in the top 250 on Scout, and I'm not even gonna lie, it surprised me. But it's because I went to a 7-on-7. It was one of the first 2 7-on-7 situations. Actually, Barron, who runs Pylon, was the guy who put that together. It was a Badger camp, and it was ran by Scout. But I played really well there, and then they threw me in the top 250, and I was like, oh shoot! Then I didn't go to any more camps after that. Dropped out. But no, I was just 3-star, good player.
How many offers you had?
I think 9.
9.
I had 9. Committed when I was a junior.
To Rutgers?
Yes, sir.
You ever thought about going to Delaware?
It was a thought, but it was a FCS school, DAA, and I always had aspirations to go Division One. But we always had an agreement that if it didn't work out at Rutgers, and I wanted to go and transfer somewhere and play right away, I would have went right to Delaware.
Okay. Yeah. And offers was different back then, right? If you got an offer, you could
Yeah.
commit.
Yeah, like it was. Yeah, you didn't get offers until your junior year, after your junior year season.
Yeah.
First offer was from Stanford, and it was a thing. I'm telling you, like you would play the season, and then like after like I think it was like March or something, like they could start talking to you. Then the coach would start reviewing the film. Then that's when
Mm.
you had to send like cassettes or DVDs. Like this, and you're like, Duron Harmon, he's a Ronnie class of 2009 athlete. You send it off
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
recruiting department. You guys got huddle now.
Yeah. Before huddle was a thing.
You
Mm.
know, um, so yeah, it was completely different. Like, cause like you said, if I got an offer, it came in the mail, and it was, I was a junior, so
Mm.
I could commit if I wanted to. Like, it was
Yeah.
teams that wanted me to commit. But these offer now when kids are in 8th grade, 9th grade,
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
into some instances like they're not even real because you can't get an official offer until your junior year. So
Mm.
I tell a lot of kids to just be patient because your junior year is the year that matters.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the year, and if you can play well during that year, do well on whatever circuit you want to go on, whether camp, exposure camps, or 707, you do well there. Um, the rest will take care of itself.
Mm. Did you take any official visits to the colleges?
Just the Rutgers,
Just Rutgers.
yeah, because I committed to Rutgers. Uh, what was that? My junior year, the summer heading into my senior year. And then I had the official visit on my birthday weekend,
Mm.
going to my senior year. And yeah, I was committed. I knew where I wanted to go. And I wasn't about to play.
Mm.
Okay. Can
Okay.
you share a moment from your youth sport days or high school where you was thinking like I might really have something here, like you knew that you might really do something.
It was my sophomore year, the spring. So I went to a Nike exposure camp right after basketball season. It was like, when was that? It was like right like at the end of like February or beginning of March or something like that. No, beginning of March. And I went over there. I didn't do good. I wasn't ready for it. Ran a super slow 40.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do the bench well. Got cooked in one-on-ones. And I remember I got back and I was like, yo, I'm about to lock in for a month and a half. And I'm going to make sure that the next time I go anywhere, I'm ready. And we found a camp, what was it, National Underclassmen Combine or something like that. Like it was like one of their camps. So I locked in for a month and a half, trained, lived every day at the school, ran, worked my craft. And I went to that camp, the camp that my dad obviously had to drive me to. We went to Jersey. And I went in there and I went crazy. My first two one-on-ones, interceptions. Like,
Yeah.
just out there, like, played really well. And I'll never forget after the camp, because I measured in well, the a rivals writer who works for, I don't know if he still works for Rutgers, but Bobby there, he came up to my dad and said, your son is going to have 10 offers if he just keeps doing what he's doing. And then when he said that, I was like, okay, here we go. I've been addicted to the work ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you played a little corner too?
Yeah, well, it was just one-on-ones. And I played a little corner and, some big games where we had to go against, some receivers in high school. Like Justin Brown was a big-time receiver. He was a top 250 um, player in the country in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
I had to play corner when we played him. couple other Cam Norwood. He played at Kentucky. I mean Western. So just when they had me go out there and match up with somebody, but not in college though. It's a little different beast in college and definitely in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of college, what was the biggest adjustment from your high school to college, boy?
Speed and size. Delaware. We got offensive linemen, we might get, 220, 230. You might get somebody that's like 270, 280, but and their linebackers are, 6 foot, 205. Like, I'm one of the bigger guys out there. I'm the fastest guy out there, but when I got to college, that wasn't the case. I wasn't the biggest. I wasn't the fastest. I wasn't the strongest. The speed of the game was so much faster. The knowledge, like having to go from a classroom, they tell you, all right, this is what we're going to do today. These are the coverages. These are the blitzes. And it's 5 or 6 of them minimum. And you had to literally look at that, conceptualize that, go through a walk through it, make the calls, and then expect you to go out there and make it right and do it right. That was, so trying to play fast and think like at the same time was the ultimate like hurdle to overcome when I went to college.
Were you a true freshman as soon as you got into college?
Yeah. So DJ, my cousin that I talked about earlier, he told me if I wanted to play, first thing I need to do was go into my special teams coordinator's office and ask him what positions would I need to be able to learn to play to be able to travel and play this year on special teams. And I went in there, he told me R4, R3, R2, or, any of those numbers, and I got to be physical. And Coach Smith told me that, and that's what I did. Was given great advice by somebody who done it before. Listened to the advice, took heed to the advice, applied the advice, and then went out there and did it. And, that's what happens. So, it's always about, trying to learn knowledge and then, eventually being able to pass it on.
Okay. Do you have a welcome to college moment?
Did I? Yeah. Played well in camp. Nothing really happened. Didn't play my first game. We was playing Cincinnati. That's the year they was like ranked. That's when like Brian coach, awesome team. They whooped us. Whooped us, and I was on the sideline like, yeah, I don't know if I want to get out there today. I'm ready for that whooping yet. But we ended up playing Howard next week, and I was able to go out there and play some special teams, play well, got a tackle, play a little defense, got a tackle too. Like, so, I'm feeling myself a little bit. And the next week we play FIU, and I'm a gunner on special teams. So those are one of the guys that they expect to be down there fast, play with good effort, get to the ball, make the returner at least, stop his feet. And, there's been a time when there was 2 people in front of me, and I knew it was 2 people in front of me, but what I never went against was when there was 1 person in front of me, but the second guy was coming from inside of the box.
Oh. That's crazy.
I release, kill the guy at the line. I'm running at the returner, just thinking nobody's coming. They're out of nowhere. Ooh! Knocked me to my feet. I don't know what's going on. Then they both on me, man. I'm fighting for my life. And I get to the sideline, and I'm like, they're like, man, what happened? What happened? I'm like, man, somebody came from out of nowhere. And they like, yeah, that's the guy that's a part of the virus. They was like, you got to know that he's coming. I'm like, ain't nobody never tell me that. Like, come on. Like, but yeah, that's
Damn.
when I knew that, this game is different. And that was, FIU,
Mm-hmm.
no shade at them, but, we wasn't even going against the top, but, it lets you know how competitive just football is, no matter if, the division, FCS, FBS, like, it's nothing but good football players out there.
Mm. Okay. All right. What did college ball teach you about disciplines, preparation, or leadership that helped you make the jump to the NFL?
Mm-hmm. In college, you got a lot of responsibilities. You got to go to school. Got to have a certain GPA. Got to do a certain amount of study hall hours. At that point in my life, after my sophomore year, going to my junior year, I had a responsibility as a father. So just trying to be able to balance all of that and play football. That taught me the first thing about being disciplined. Because at that point it's about doing the same thing every day and just doing it well so that everything can fall in place. It's about being able to understand that and sometimes uncertain stuff might show up, like my son being sick, um, all of that stuff, um, but still being able to handle that situation, and still go to school and play football. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so you deal with all of that at once, um, and you get to the NFL and you realize that it's nothing more than the same thing without school.
Mm.
Because I just had to grow up a little earlier than some of my peers just based off my situation of, having a kid.
Yeah.
So it was already all business for me. But now, it's business more because this is how I'm taking care of my family, my son, my girlfriend, who's my wife now. Um, you know, this is how I'm taking care of them, and this is my opportunity to go down this path to make, professional football a tradition, for me. So I was able to allocate my time the right way to continue to just work on trying to be better each and every year.
Uh, Speaking of family, how important was your family throughout this process, and like what role did they play in keeping you grounded?
Mom and dad, obviously, um, put me in sports, let me express myself through sports, always let me do whatever I needed to do to, you know, um, propel myself in sport. So, that right there was just, to me, it was always, a thankfulness that I wanted to show them when I played sports. Um, so that's, one way that, that always kept me grounded. Then obviously my wife, I've been with her since I was 17. So she's seen
Mm.
the entire journey of, high school, senior year to college, NFL,
Yeah.
then obviously my kids as well. I had my oldest, Christopher, when I was 20. So he also seen my entire journey. So just
Mm-hmm.
all trying to make him proud. And, I added on four more boys after him, Dallas, Captain Kobe, and Dax. So, like I said, still to this day, just, trying to make them proud, and trying to make them proud just always, um, keeps me grounded because I just want to be the best version of myself so that they can be proud of me. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
obviously being a father is the most important um, job that I have, besides being a husband. But it's very important. I want to just make sure I do right by my kids, being that positive influence.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Coach Duron, what was like your draft experience like?
Ooh, uncertainty. Um, I didn't get a combine invite, which really, was frustrating. I was a two-time, all Big East first team safety, so I didn't really understand why I didn't get it. But, I just kept grinding, did well at my pro day, had a couple workouts, did really good at the workouts. Um, Talked to Coach Shiano before the draft. That's when he went down to Tampa. He told me I was going to get drafted, then I higher than I thought I was. And then, I'm at the crib. My mom, my sister, my little sister, my two best friends watching the Lakers game. About to turn to the Lakers game, and then, we just chilling. My mom and my sister sleep. And then my phone rang, and, it was the Patriots. And, it was just like, oh, snap. Like, I was just about to turn this off. Thought I was really going to get drafted on the third day, and then everybody's super hyped.
It was Bill Belichick that called you?
Yeah.
Hey.
Very, very dry. Like,
What he said? So it's true.
get with the 95 pick, come here, get ready to work. I'm hyped. Like, yeah, I'm going to do this. You'll never. He's just like, all right, Mr. Kraft wants to talk to you. Oh yeah, it was cool. But he is who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was an awesome experience.
Yo, that's crazy.
It is.
All right, well, let's get straight to the chase. What was your welcome to the NFL moment?
Joint practice against the Buccaneers. I'm on the front line of kickoff return, which is the worst job in the world.
Oh man, they got a DB playing that.
Loves the football, huh?
They got a DB playing front line.
Guys, yes, because you got to block some fast skill guys, so you got to be able to move your feet, all that good stuff. But of course, I was lined up against Jonathan Casillas. I'll never forget he ended up coming to the Patriots, and we laugh about this every time I see him. Man, he's running, and this is not a big linebacker, but a fast linebacker. But he's 235. I'm 200 pounds. He's running down. I turn around, set my feet, and I just see him fall, just put his head down. And I'm just like, oh no, literally dips underneath me, lifts me up, and then I grab him. Go down, and I'm talking about one of the loudest collisions, and everybody is just like, oh, and I'm just like, oh no, holding on. And it was all on Twitter, it was like,
Bro.
got blew up by Jonathan. I'm talking about, we got in the locker room. I mean, not in the locker room, but in the meeting room. Scotty O'Brien, our special teams coordinator, is like, see this kid? Welcome to the National Football League. And then, everybody started laughing. But he said, well, the thing that I do like, at least when he blew you up, you at least took him down to the ground with you. So I guess you did the job. But, boy, I ain't never get hit that hard in my life.
Damn.
Yeah. Get real out there.
I really do. Was KG on the Bucks at that time too?
Yes, he was. He knows that story. He remember. He was there. How you see him? I'm telling you, he was there.
Okay.
That was very humbling. Never in my life got hit like that.
It was worse than the punt team when he was at Gunner.
Oh, without a doubt. Like this hurt. Like this hurt. Like the punt team, he smacked me, caught me off guard. I couldn't get my bearings together. But this hurt. Not only hurt my body, but it hurt my soul.
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward, the NFL stuff. What was the toughest obstacle you had to overcome on your path to becoming a Super Bowl champion?
Mm, a good question. Because the Super Bowl is such a team orientated um, goal and accomplishment. But you know what? I'll say this. My freshman year, we went to I mean, not my freshman, my rookie year, we went to the AFC Championship. We played um, the Broncos, and it was a very, very important third down early in the game. And we were in a too high safety set, and it was like third and like 9 or something. Peyton Manning check to a run, check to a draw. No Sean Moreno comes. It's me and him, open field tackle. I missed the tackle. He like kind of like hurdled me. It was a good bat, but he hurdled me. And after that, the game kind of went in their favor. And I just, remember that. Uh,
Momentum.
yeah, momentum. And they ended up winning. Talib got hurt. We were already not healthy. But, I just remember that going into the off season. And I just remember like, man, next time, I get a chance to make a play in that moment, I want to make the play, for my team. Then fast forward to the divisional of my second year, down by 14 to the Ravens, come back, down by 14 again. We're coming back, we score. They're driving the ball. Joe Flacco throws the ball up, accept it. And, talk about, overcome adversity. I didn't know what the play was going to look like. I didn't know when the time was going to be. I just knew when I had another opportunity in that type of atmosphere, playoff atmosphere, game on the line, I knew I wanted to be ready to make the play, and I was able to in that moment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know you probably get asked this a lot, but what is it like to have Tom Brady? What was it like to have Tom Brady as a
I was
teammate?
just very asked that.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. Like, everybody always sees, the Tom Brady on Sundays, the winner, the ultra competitor, uh, the Super Bowl champion. And, he's like that every day, especially on the field. And that's just, who he is. That's the person he is. And winning is what, in my opinion, is what consumed him. And to be around that and see that and to be able to learn from that was extremely, humbling, because you don't get to be in the presence of somebody like that. Most people in a lifetime. And I was around it for, basically every day for, 7 years straight. And, what you saw on Sundays is what you saw every day. I just remember one spring, I mean, we're killing the offense in OTAs. And I'm talking about OTAs. It was actually mini camp because this is when he came back. This is when he wasn't coming to actually OTAs, but he came to mini camp. And, he's the only person that can come, not do OTAs all year and then come to mini camp and still be super sharp. I'm talking about super sharp. Like, the ball is still there. Like, it's like he's been there all the time. And, he came the first day, and he was sharp. He was good. It was good back and forth. Then that second day, we dogged in there. We got in their tail. And I just remember he started cussing the offense out on and it's like about, this guy who won, I think it was 5 Super Bowls at the time. Like, already people consider the greatest quarterback ever. And he's that competitive that he doesn't want to get, embarrassed in a practice in minicamp. We don't even got shoulder pads on. Like, still got another 6-week break before we even go to fall camp. Like, get ready for the preseason. But, just him being who he was all the time just made everybody around him better. And I'm, grateful for that opportunity to be in his presence.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever pick him off in practice?
Oh, for sure. Come on, do that. Come on,
Will he
Eric.
get mad?
Huh?
Will he get mad?
Oh, without a doubt. He didn't like mistakes. You know, one time I tried to talk trash to him in the practice, and I didn't realize. And then, he looked at me and said, "No." I talked some trash to him. I looked at him. He looked at me. Then he completed 2 balls, back to back.
Damn.
Then that boy, you effing like that? And I was, oh, you're serious? Like, I was just playing. And, after practice, he comes up, puts his arm around me. Like, hey, man, sorry about that. I just get, extremely competitive. I said, hey, bro, you don't got to apologize to me. I know not to talk to you no more out there. Right? Leave you alone.
Okay. I actually got one more question.
Yeah.
What did you do with your first, big paycheck in the league?
What did I do? You know what I did? You know what I did? I got a car for myself and my girlfriend. I got a Jeep Cherokee and I got her A4 Audi.
Ooh.
Getting ready to go up to school, and she didn't have a car at the time. So, and she had my son. Well, she had a car, but she was using her mom's car at Christopher's. So, we got cars, and kept it there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you got the next John.
Let's see. Take us inside those Super Bowl runs. What do people not see behind the scenes that made those Super Bowls possible?
The work. How hard we practice, how long we practice, the extra meetings, the extra running, the extra gassers, the extra everything. That's the only way you can come back down from a Super Bowl. My first time, down 10 in the fourth quarter, come back, and then, Malcolm Butler makes that interception. That's the only way. From all the extra, from all the extra, work that we put in, and just, believing that, and no matter what, we still got a chance to make a play and win the game. Same thing with the Atlanta Super Bowl. You can only do that type of stuff when you go through the fire and work your butt off every day with the same people. And know that no matter what, that guy not going to keep fighting. We're going to always be fighting, and we got a real brotherhood. So, they don't see that, They don't see that, but we don't want them to see that. That's for us.
Yeah.
And that's for the memories. And that's what, obviously winning the Super Bowl is special, but the work together and the memories to get there is what we remember the most.
Yeah. As much as you guys won Super Bowls, how did that loss feel against the Eagles in 2018?
Man, you had to pick that game too.
My Eagles.
No matter, it still hurts to this day.
Yeah.
Big Foles. No, don't shake your head.
Yeah.
We lost to Nick Foles, man. Shout out to Nick Foles, man. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And we should not have lost that game to this day, but still hurts, man. Still hurts because that's the thing about the Super Bowl. It's awesome to win it, but it's very, very sad when you lose one. You don't want to feel that pain. It's very, very, it's very tough, but grateful that that loss, I was able to be a champion 3 more times.
All right, we're gonna move to the challenge.
Still hurts to this day.
We can move to the challenge we got. All right, so in
Yeah.
2017, you led the Patriots in interceptions. You remember this year?
Uh, yeah, I remember.
All right. So, can you name all the quarterbacks or the teams that you intercepted in 2017? You have 4.
2017. Oh, 2017. That was a good year. Uh, hmm. 27 years. Is that the year? Who did we play in the Super Bowl that year?
Uh, it might have been. It
Was
wasn't
that the
the.
Eagles?
It was the year after the Falcons. After the Falcons come back, it was the
No,
year
it
after
was?
that.
Okay, yeah. So that was the Eagles. So that was. Uh, who was that? I know one of them got to be Tannehill.
Tannehill?
Yeah. No?
No,
No. Is Matt Moore one?
no.
Give him a hint. Give him
No.
a hint.
I'll give you a hint.
Give me one.
You had 2 interceptions on this person, on this
So
quarterback.
that's,
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
big. Okay, so big. Okay, so that's that year. That's Big Ben. Um, I gotta go back to that because that was the. That's no that. So the year. That's the year we won the Super Bowl. Damn, who else did I pick off that year?
It was one of these quarterbacks. They were like probably really young at the time, but pretty good now.
Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mahomes.
that was Mahomes in the end zone. And
Yeah.
who was the other one?
The other one, it was I can't give you a hint.
Yeah.
He plays for. He should be in your state right now. State that you in.
Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Yeah, versus wow. I remember them. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember this. You put all the games back in my mind. I remember that was the Autism Police game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Thank you for taking me down memory lane, Flex.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But, all right, we gonna move forward. Trez, you got it.
Let me see. All right. Looking back on your career, what was your most? Wait, hold on. Let me re-ask that. Hold on. Looking back on your career, what are you most proud of outside the stats and the trophies?
The respect. The respect that I still get throughout that league. You know, being able to call a lot of people and ask for, favors when it comes to, Harmon Elite and, opening doors and allowing us to visit schools, like, and, people welcoming us in with open arms. Like, it just shows that, my time there was well spent. And, I was well respected for not only the player I was, but for the person I am. And, that to me, it means a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. You were kind of, in my opinion, you were kind of underrated in New England. Do you feel like you got the appreciation you deserved and the recognition you deserved?
For sure. I think at the end of the day, I played on a fantastic organization with the Patriots. And the great thing about playing on the Patriots is, your games are always on TV. And my work, it spoke for itself. I was a good middle of the field safety, that was really good at reading the quarterback. And, when I had opportunities to make plays on the ball, I made plays on the ball. And, that's what the Patriots used me to do. That was my best skill set. And, that's what I did. So I think, it was like, what, 23, 24 interceptions? Like 4,
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that's some production. You know what and I know what and I'm proud of because that's a hard league to play in. And to be able to do that over that amount of time, speaks volumes to the work that was put in to be able to do that.
Okay. Who are the top 5 players you ever played with, and what made them special?
Okay, Tom Brady. We already went through that.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. So we just talking best players.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
top 5.
top
Yeah.
five.
Best.
Ooh, that's tough. Ooh, all right, Gronkowski. I mean,
Drunk.
Okay.
he was
Yeah.
big, fast, strong, quick. He was everything. You know, he could block, he could run. He's the best tight end who ever played the game. Um, complete. Um, when he played our offense was completely different. You would have thought it was like Tyreek Hill or somebody out there, but it was just his presence. Every
Mm-hmm.
um, Reeves. Um,
You said Revis?
yeah,
You played with Revis?
that 1 year, the first year I won the Super Bowl, 2014.
Oh
Mm.
wow.
Yeah, he was the corner. He's the first person I saw play nothing but off coverage in OTAs and minicamp and still not give up a catch.
Damn.
Wow. Even on a little hitch or something?
He didn't give up
Yeah.
a catch. Flat.
Wow.
He knew his tempo was impeccable. Like he knew how far to get away from to be able to break on it. I'm telling you, he did not give up a catch. After a while, over there. Um, then I gotta say, Stephon Gilmore as well. I mean, defensive player of the year. That year I was with him. I mean, that was some of the best football I've ever seen. Matchup
Mhm.
wise, production wise, um, definitely was the best defensive player in football that year. And the last one, this is tough because it's really like two. Can I do like a 5A and 5B?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
It's like, he was definitely second to best quarterback behind Tom that I've ever played with. Like when I got there in practice, I was like, bro, this dude is amazing. Like I knew he
Mm-hmm.
was good, but like I knew once he got to the Rams that, he was gonna find some success from a winning standpoint. And then B would be Max Crosby. Never
Mm-hmm.
been around
Mm.
anybody that worked like him all day, every day. That's why his motor is the way that it is. He doesn't stop. Like I've never seen anything like it. The dude is a machine. Um, awesome human being, awesome to play with, awesome energy, and he'll wreck a game for you if you let him.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Top 5 players.
That's a ain't like that's a good top 5.
It
Yeah,
is.
Okay.
another one that could go in there, but it's like you can't name them all.
Yeah. Now you play with a lot of great players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm playing. As long as I'm grateful to have played. Like got to play against a lot of people, be on teams with a lot of great players. Like it's got to be a part of history. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you're cemented in history of a time period where a lot of cool stuff happened.
Yeah.
Mm.
My favorite player that you played with was Amik Robinson. One of my
Yeah,
favorite players.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a lot of people say undersized, but you wouldn't tell. I mean, he's 5'9", but he played like he's 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
Aggressive, contagious energy, not scared of anything, fiery, passionate, like just. He's an awesome, yeah. He's also another one of my favorite teammates that I had too. For those reasons that you like him, Flex. For
Mm-hmm.
those same reasons.
You played with Devontae Adams on the Raiders, right?
Yeah, that's the other person I was saying. I wish I could have,
Oh.
Yeah. I say.
he's, you know, yeah. That year that I was there, man, I ain't never seen a receiver play football like that ever in my life. He was always open. He was always open. Like it didn't matter who was guarding him. He was
Mm-hmm.
open. That's the best wide receiver season that I've ever seen with my eyes, and it was. I'm telling you. Week after week, catch after catch, highlight after highlight. Like, I mean, this dude was amazing. Like, from the time he got there, we started practice. I was like, okay, like, And he puts the work in too. Like, this ain't something where he just shows up and it just happens. And no, he's
Mm-hmm.
practicing his butt off every day, staying after early, watching the film, doing what he needs to do to be the best. And that's why at that point in time, he was the best receiver in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving off the field. You're doing powerful work off the field. What's the mission behind Harmon Elite, and why is that purpose so important to you?
Man, just, creating opportunities for kids who might not have had them otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
I was fortunate enough to have parents that were able to have resources to go to camps, and I realized early that it wasn't the same for my peers, and for whatever reason, always just stuck with me, and I was like, dang, like. That's something that I want to be able to do for other people. And then I played for AAU, um, Delaware Sharpshooters. And, anytime we went on any trip, um, like we never had to worry about anything. I knew, like, that's something that I wanted to create with Harm Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Just give the kids the opportunities to come on a trip, be a part of an organization where the only thing that they have to worry about is getting better at football, getting better at your craft. Not worrying about, do you got enough money to go on this trip? Do you got enough, money to eat? Do you, got enough money for the this or that? No, it was just like, let's get them to the point where the only thing they have to worry about is getting either a ride to the airport, getting a ride to the tournament, or just playing football. And that's just what I want to do because, football has been awesome to me.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I guess it's like one of the things that I want to do is just, give kids the opportunity to get that same joy that I got from playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because, if you dedicate yourself to it, it can really change your life, change your parents' lives. It can change your family's life. It can change your kids. Like, I mean, y'all see what they paying. And if
Yeah.
you really dedicate yourself to the game, in the process, um, you know, it can do it for you.
Yeah. For sure.
Being a part of the team, I could definitely say that is true. Like I don't gotta worry about anything. Like I remember this one time, you and Coach KG called me. He was like, "Yo, you want to go to Georgia?" And it was like the next day. I was like, "Yeah." I didn't even have to worry about a ride or nothing. They came, picked me up, took me, plane, everything. It was just amazing. I ain't gonna lie. I appreciate that.
Nah, for sure, Flex. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's talk about another business. You also run Harm Enterprise, your trucking company. What inspired you to get into that industry, and what have you learned about building a business after football?
Um, got into it. A cousin of mine, was released from prison and just had a hard time finding work. So, just wanted to help him out. And, he went to school, got him a truck, and then we kind of got started that way. Didn't know anything about trucking, and I advise everybody to not get into any business unless you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
As I tell you firsthand, I had no idea what I was doing. Well, I had the right intention of trying to help somebody. I should have been way better about understanding what I was getting myself into, the liabilities, and everything else. And, once I understood what, I needed to understand, now we're able to be at the point where we're at now. And, doing what we're able to do now. So it taught me that, life is the same, whether in sports or whether in business, it's all the same. It's all about perseverance. It's all about grinding. It's all about learning. It's all about being courageous, even when it's hard to be courageous. It's
Mm-hmm.
when it's hard to see how this will turn, like you gotta keep going. Like you gotta keep putting one foot in front of the other. Can't get discouraged. Um, and I take it back. That was my football journey. Like, and it was just like when I got more comfortable running the trucking business when I realized that this was nothing more than the learning process that I had to go through when I played football.
Mm.
And I okayed accepting the lumps rather than, being upset when they happen and just looking at it as a learning opportunity. That's when the business started to, open up, and we started gaining more traction, learning more, and started being what we needed to be for the business so it can run successfully.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, can you break down what Harmon Glove Sports is for us and what exactly it does? Who does it serve? And what impact are you hoping to make through it?
For sure. So, Harmon and God Sports Collective, H&G Sports, is a consultant agency that myself, Anthony Glaude, and the Glaude brothers, Khalil and Sharif, are involved in and connected with when we're consulting high school and NIL athletes on the direction of their football and collegiate career. We take care of everything. We are on, the athletes, what schools. We have multiple connections throughout the United States with, different universities. And, we just consult on the direction of their career. We help them with hiring trainers that best fit their needs, depending on their position. We also hire sports massage therapists. We hire uh, body coaches, strength and conditioning coaches, you name it. We connect the athlete with the best of the best so that they have the best chances of not only furthering their collegiate career, but giving them the opportunity to play football as long as they can. But on top of that, because we know football doesn't last forever, we also provide services with, mental health coaches. We also services with financial literacy classes, because obviously these kids are getting thrown a lot of money, and we want to just make sure that not only the athlete but their parents know the best way to utilize this money, but most importantly, save this money, because money can go fast, spending it careless. So, and then, on the other, we set up travel. I mean, we just, like I said, Flex, we do a little bit of everything, consulting and help daily lives of these, young men. But, another thing is it's also a mentorship, Anthony Gall, obviously being a collegiate athlete, playing quarterback myself, playing 11 years in the NFL, playing college. We have a lot of experiences that we can help and relate and give guidance to that, a lot of people just can't. And, when you've been there, you know.
Yeah.
Haven't been there, you don't know. Giving that guidance, that wisdom and all that is something that we just, want to continue to just spread any way we can, and that's why we started that. And we look forward to, helping our, next generation of athletes, next people up about making good decisions when it comes to
when I get rich, first thing
doing
I'm
right
writing is
by
a
their
rich and
career.
Millie. I got the game on lock, I'm catching picks like 2 on Philly.
Me and bro, we trolling, running trick
That's really
plays,
what we
Philly,
got.
Philly. I started
Alright.
clicking, yeah, you know I'm
Nah, I
in the
appreciate
business,
you,
them
man.
Durons, steady
Hope it
dodge,
was
I'm
good,
making
man.
tackles with
Appreciate
Sean.
y'all letting me hop on here, kick it with y'all for a little bit.
Thank
Yeah, it was
you.
good.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one, all right?
You
All right,
too.
you too. Thank you.